It's 5 a.m. Friday morning, and it's back to back. We're talking about as above, so below. And what did that mean? Was our ancestors trying to tell us something? Well, we're going to take a look at what this could possibly mean, and is there evidence of this today? You'll be surprised. So, light them if you got them. Make yourselves comfortable. You just found the number one podcast in the entire multiverse. Dark Skies News and Information. And all your usual suspects are here. Mikey Knox, Jim, Jennifer, Jeff, Becky. And I'm your host, L.C. Grace. So, well, let the dog out. Put on the cup of Joe. Get ready. It's Friday morning. And we'll give you a second to let you get yourselves adjusted, and we'll do the same. You know how we do. We'll be back in a few seconds. Yes. Woo! It's Friday morning. I hope y'all wide awake. Good morning, Los Angeles. Good morning, United States. Good morning, UK. Good morning, world. What's up, Canada, South America, India, Africa, Gambia, Australia, Japan. Yes, it's a beautiful day. And you've just, found the number one rising podcast in all the multiverse. I'm fired up because it's Friday morning. We got a full day. We got a crazy show for all of you who are listening today. We got, much to enlighten you on. We're talking about, fresh off the multiverse show and Doctor Strange. And we're talking about some of the things that, make you go, But we talk about the regular reality, and we talk about, the mystic arts and, also how movies and art imitates reality. Well, we get much deeper when we get into this show as we talk about as above, so below. And was our ancestors trying to tell us something when, this was coined, placed on a tablet, so to be there for, many generations to see, even our generation. Today, no, the same, as above, so below. But have you ever stopped to think, what does this mean? Is it just a cool saying, as above, so below? But I don't know what's cool about it. I mean, you can't really come up with any type of, reason for using it in today's life or any day's life. As above, so below. It just doesn't fit in. Doesn't fit in anything. Can't say it at work. Can't say it, on the scale. Can't say it in the rankings. Can't say it in the standings. So, what does it mean, as above, so below? What was our ancestors trying to say? I mean, this kind of seems quirky. Seems like a weird thing to say, or a weird thing to place on, in any type of, fashion. But our ancestors felt it was so important that it needed to be immortalized. It needed to be placed in, form that it could never erode or never anticipate or never. It's something that humans must always know. As above, so below. We should know this. But why? Why is it important for us to know this? Why should we know as above, so below? There's no evidence. We look at the sky every day. We see the sun. go around. We see the moon, see the phases of the moon, and sometimes we see the stars. So, what did he mean, as above, so below? And I used to think that, I was a genius. I used to think that I was smart. I was smarter than, like, most people. Definitely smarter than the average bear. I was quite intelligent. But that kind of threw me, though. As above, so below. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Well, I started, studying, Egypt. And for reasons. Anyway, I looked and I started to find, evidence of a star map. And I was like, well, cool, a star map. But it's not really that cool at the moment. It's many star maps. The sky has been mapped, and we have all kinds of little programs and stuff to tell us the movement of the stars or what is a star map. But this is like an ancient star map, a star map that's so old that it could be maybe the first star map. I'm like, I guess that's interesting, but still didn't really grab my whole attention. But then they were like, well, this star map is on the ground and only could be seen from the heavens, looking down on the earth. Wait, okay, you got my attention now. What star map is on the ground that you can only see from the heavens looking down on the earth? I mean, that's quite impressive if you ask me. I mean, how big is this star map? And they're like, well, it's so big that, well, you can see with the satellites, in orbits and, going past. And I guess if you was in space, you could see it. And I'm like, wow, this is really incredible. I'm like, well, where's the star map? And I'm like, it's in Africa. I'm like, wait, what? It's in Africa. Well, it makes sense, because Africa has been much maligned. So many horrible and bad things that happen to the poor people of Africa. Me being a descendant of one of them. I'm an African American. So crazy that they had to put African first. African American. Instead of just, you're an American like everybody else. I'm a special American. African American. I guess that's special. But it tells me that, my lineage, my ancestry is from Africa. And it's crazy. The star map is in Africa. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to study this. Try to get a better understanding of this star map. Because if it is a star map, then it's a map of the stars. You're a genius. But yeah, a map of the stars that's on the ground, that's as above, so below. It mirrors the sky. If you look it down and you're in the sky, or you're on the ground and you're looking up, you see the same thing. Wow, as above, so below. That's incredible. This is an incident where, well, it applies. It's in Africa, but we're in Africa. I mean, is it in the Congo? No, it's not in the Congo. Is it in Cameroon? No. Nigeria? No. Alexandria? No. It got to be off the Ivory Coast. No. Where is it? You told me it was, you told me it was a star map on the ground in Africa. Where? It's in Egypt. In Egypt. Okay, now we're getting close, people. Egypt. The ground of Egypt. But that don't make no sense. It makes perfect sense. Somewhere in Egypt is, a city called Cairo. And right next to Cairo is a place called the Giza Plateau. The Giza Plateau houses 3 of the most beautiful pyramids on the entire planet. Yes, this is true. 3 beautiful pyramids aligned. And there's so many different incredible mysteries about these pyramids that I could just do a show on them alone. But the show is not on them alone. The show is on As Above, So Below. Think about it, people. If this is true, this would will say incredible things, not just about our ancestors, but about the universe, right? Because if there's a star map, I mean, who could make a map of the stars and then, I guess, create the pyramids to match them? Is that what happened? They didn't do it on purpose. I mean, those pyramids, they match Orion, right? And Leo is located where the Sphinx and the Nile River is located where the Great Rift. This is incredible. I mean, the Great Rift. I mean, this is all just too much. Too good to be true. I mean, this is something that, you can make a movie about this. The Great Star Map. And why would you have a star map when you, I guess, are humans? I guess Earthlings? You've never been there. You're savages. I mean, you've never been to the stars. You don't know nothing about the stars. I mean, come on.
Sorry, that's racist.
But think about it, though. The ground of Africa, I mean, is a star map. That the pyramids are more than just, beautiful landmarks and monuments. They're actual markers. And that the three pyramids may match, well, I guess Orion's belt. But this is a myth. This can't be true. It's just a coincidence. But you're telling that to a person who don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in them, no matter how coincidental. I don't believe in coincidences. This is incredible, especially when the Dogon tribe often speak of, well, the people that came from the sky, the star people, even the Anunnaki. I mean, the cradle of existence. So much stuff is like right in that area, and it has to be a reason, right? I don't know, man. People tell me that, it's impossible for, mankind to have started in Africa. I mean, come on. There's humans all over the planet. I mean, there's no such thing as Pangea. I mean, if you think about it, was Pangea shaped like Africa? I don't know.
Sorry, that's racist.
Okay. Well, we're looking at Africa and we're asking ourselves, is it possible that, well, the Giza Plateau is basically a representation of Orion, and that, well, the Sphinx is a representation of Leo. Have you looked at Leo, the constellation? Kind of looks like the Sphinx. I don't know. I mean, it's hard because I'm a Leo. I mean, I look at Leo all the time. I'm a Leo. I mean, then I look at the Sphinx and I'm like, wow. And then I look at where it's at and I look at Orion and I say, wow. Then I look at the Giza Plateau and the Sphinx and I'm like, wow. Can't be a coincidence. But people keep telling me. But maybe they can't see it. Or maybe I'm seeing something that's just not there. Not saying that I'm better than you, that I can see better than you. I'm just saying that something is in the midst. Oh, man. Can we make sense of it, people? Can we? Or should we not even try? Should we just leave it and just walk away? Just walk away. Just take it and throw it in the river. Forget about it. This is forbidden knowledge. This is something that you're not allowed to talk about as above, so below. I mean, is that like an incursion? I mean, was our ancestors trying to tell us that there's a multiverse and that, there's an Earth here and another universe right above us and an Earth right above us? Is that possible that it's, that's what the Skywatchers have been filming along with all of these different sky anomalies? Is it possible that there's really cities in the clouds? Like you've seen many pictures of around the world? Or is it possible that it's a whole nother, like, Earth just starting to phase in to our reality? I don't know. It looks weird. It looks like it's like evidence of something that has not been explained yet. And we're trying to explain it, but it just seems so baffling and crazy that it doesn't make any sense. I mean, come on. A planet, a city, or anything that's in the clouds or above our heads, and then it would make sense that these ancient sayings, these words, have to have some type of meaning, a meaning that's so important that our ancestors did not want us to forget it, and that the words had to been placed on a tablet so it would, last, so we could read it. Even in today's time, who knows how long ago it was written, but they wanted us to understand it as above, so below. And then we start to look at, well, what happened over in Egypt, what was it, over 10,000 years ago? The creation of the pyramids. So that means it's not matching where the stars are now, but would it match where they were 10,000 years ago? Or 20? Or however long exactly when they completed those pyramids or the Giza Plateau? Or the House of Osiris? AKA. I'm telling y'all people, it gets deep. We're going to stop. We're going to take a break. I want you to light them up. It's Friday morning. We're enjoying ourselves. And, hey, as above, so low. Oh, as below. You're listening to Dark Skies. News and information live from Los Angeles, California on a Friday morning. And, oh, yeah, this is yours truly back on my spot.
I'm back on the block. I'm back on the spot. Back on my job. One stop cause I'm back on the pot. Looking at this. This is too late. That's what I got. Fits it to piss in the gap. Back in my spot. Piss in the pot. Back in my spot. Missiles are not. Back in my spot. Eagles are drop. Back in my spot. Eagles are hot. Open eye, open up. Back again. Best racket now. What did they call that? What did they call rap? I'm so back, so facts, so black. Here we go back. Back in the days Not in the places I raised. Back in the hay. Back in the way. Back in the way. Back in the second. I'm stacking today. Listen to me and I'm packing today. I'm back in the game cause I'm rapping today. I'm back in the sizzling. Back as I'm sizzling. Look at the grizzly. Back at my spot. Just like I'm drizzling. Back at my spot. Drip, drip, drip. Never slip. I'm back in this. Back at my spot. Thumb in the head. Never do I slip. Back on the shit. Niggas that look at me back in the shit. Niggas I know that they're never gonna win. Never get rich. But back in the grave. Back on the so thick. Look at what I'm taking on.
You're listening to Dark Skies News and Information, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California on iHeartRadio, as well as Spotify, Castbox, Spreaker.com. It's incredible the type of world that we live in today, and I can't even begin to just, I don't know, lose myself in all of this different info, possibilities, from, reptilians and dinosaurs to AI and artificial intelligence to quantum computing to, dimensional research, planetary research, and now, as above, so below. Something that was just said and wrote down, to be remembered. And now, why? Why is it so important? And then you start to look up at the sky. You start to go online especially on YouTube, and you start looking at some of the sky watchers and some of the videos from, well, the past 10 years. And you can look at some of our stuff over the past 10 years and say that there's something funky going on in our sky from our sun and from, well, different things that are coming out in our pictures over time. And like I said, massive object, look like an Earth going around the Earth. It's so huge. I mean, but is it real? I mean, is it in our reality? Are we filming something that's phasing in, or is it really there? Or is it some type of video or some type of augmented reality, or who knows? All we know is that there's something going on up there that's not natural. I mean, how can we keep taking like videos and pictures of the same formation if they're actually clouds? I mean, but if it's actually an object, then it looks the same every single time it goes past us. And then we ask, why have a simulated sun? And we've had very, very smart people, including us, cover that something's going on with the sun. From, well, the energy that it produces to the light it produces, and to, well, the creation of sun simulators. I mean, why do we need a sun simulator or the creation of a sun simulator? Why is that important? Is it really necessary to have this? I mean, these are all things that we often ask ourselves. And we have physicists, we have, well, astronomers, we have, well, all types of people, amateurs to professionals, all saying the same thing. There's something going on with the sky. There's something going on with the sun. There's something going on with the planet. When y'all start talking about this climate change and how climate is erratic and it continues to change. But why? Do you use different, well, names to describe things that, well, never really happened in the past? From atmospheric rivers to, well, to different hurricanes and floods that happened on a regular basis, more powerful tornadoes and volcano activity on the rise, and let's not even talk about the Ring of Fire and its activity. It's all means something. And I try to tell people, okay, if you're not living in end times, we're living in some very turbulent times, and at the very least, you should be observant. You should be preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. And that's not being negative, that's just being realistic. Now, you'll be a stupid motherfucker to say that, oh man, everybody think that they're living in the end times. Or everybody think that, something bad can happen. Actually, nobody thinks that. Until it happens. That's why extinction level events be like extinction level events, because don't nobody prepare for extinction level events. If you prepare for it, then it wouldn't really be an extinction level event. It'd just be like some fucked up shit. And I'd rather we live from time to time with some fucked up shit here and there than to live with something that, well, global catastrophes. And humans are not prepared. I mean, you can see that our leadership is full of stupidity. So you have to prepare yourself, prepare your own community, your own family, and you have to be smart enough to observe the things that are happening around you. Okay, as above, so below. Okay, if shit is so fucked up that we have a universe about to collide with our universe, and Earth could be the, well, place where it happens. You think that it could be a comic book, or is these things written? Or are these like older or parts of older stories? Or these things being told to you in advance? Subconsciously, consciously, on a goddamn tablet. As above, so below, motherfucker. Might not mean nothing. Might mean everything. might be telling you that, somewhere above our heads is, well, another like us, or another universe, or, wow, is that possible? Is it multiple universes? Is it multiple Earths? Or is it just a bunch of people walking around misremembering? I misremembered everything. Like everything. Especially for a smart motherfucker. It's easy for a dumb motherfucker to misremember something. Now I forgot where I put my bag or my baskets, or my glasses, my wallet. Okay, cool. But not a motherfucker that like study everything, actually been places. Then you say, okay, I actually been to South America. So I tell you it moved, well, it was just in your mind. Well, maybe. But I'm not the only motherfucker that says that. Not the only person to remember it being South America and not South fucking East America. Because that's what it should be now, Southeast America. It all makes sense if you think about a multiverse and you think about, well, incursions, and you think about all these fucking things that you would think about only being in a comic book or in an MCU movie or a Disney Plus show or on a tablet, an ancient tablet. Or maybe, the smartest people who ever lived on Earth, who created the most spectacular monuments on Earth, as in the Great Pyramids, just happened to do it in a fashion that would match the sky above them during the time that they did it. What evidence do you have? Just look, motherfucker. Why do I have to produce evidence to you that as above, so below, when I ain't the person that came up with it? Came up with long before I was born. I just looked at it, took heed, and kind of looked for a reason for it being a thing. And, I find, well, it fits into a lot of my research. As above, so below. What's up there in the sky? What the fuck is that? What's going on up there? Why are they chemtrailing? What the fuck are they trying to block out? What am I seeing? Why are they getting mad at me? Why am I banned? How come my content don't reach nobody because I ask questions? What's so controversial about what I'm asking y'all right now? What I'm doing right now? As above, so below. You banned. You banned. Right now, some motherfucker is angry and mad at me and saying that, he needs to go. LC Grizz needs to shut the fuck up. Even though I'm a part of a news and information media platform. But I'm the one that they're mad at me. He's the host. So, it's fucking crazy. But, as below, right? As above? Can you reverse it? As below, as above? As above, as below. It kind of means the same, right? If you invert it. Because if you're below and it's the same as above, then as above, so below. Anyway, we'll be back in a few minutes. Line them if you got them. It's Friday. You're listening to Dark Skies News and Information. Live from Los Angeles, California for the Bay to LA.
Niggas are crazy. We can go 80 for 80. We can go crazy. We can go crazy. You niggas are sweeter than Sadie. We can go lady for 80. You niggas are babies. You niggas are baited. This is the shit to debate it. Well, look at I made it. Look in the mirror, smile and I made it. Yes, baby, I made it. The streets is my lady. The streets are my babies. Niggas, we can go crazy. We can go crazy. Niggas, we can go flip it, tip it with 80. Go to the lot and cop a Mercedes. Go. Do I have to drop a Mercedes? Drop the windows. Drop about 80. We can go 80 for 80. 80. Glad that I made it. This is the real to the real. This is the steel to the steel. This is the streets. The streets cause it's real. This is the candy. The pain cause it's candy. Markers like candy. See me on the block. Never was my lady. The streets are my baby. We can go crazy, we can go 80. Hit the freeway, doing 80, 80, 80, 80. The streets are my lady. Streets are my babies, streets are my babies, streets are my babies. We can bust shops of Mercedes. We can go 80 for 80. Niggas are crazy, sweeter than Sadie. Street cause it made me. Yes, the street cause it made me. Black, black, black. Black, black cause it gave me. Yeah. We gon' have it. Tennis, rackets. Sack it. Bring it back. Pack it. We gon' go 80 for 80. Listen, you niggas are crazy. Streets are my ladies. The streets is my lady. The streets is my lady. The streets are my babies. Niggas are crazy. We can flip and go 80. 80 for 80. 80 for 80. Nigga, we can go 80. Back. Niggas. Up on the test on the track. Listen to just cause I'm that. Just cause I'm that. Never. Flip cause I'm flat. What? Nigga, never stopping.
You're listening to Dark Skies News and Information, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, from the Bay to LA. And it's Friday morning, so I just want y'all to wake up because this is how we doing it right now. We getting you fired up because we want you to know that we're in it to win it. Listening to the #1 podcast in the entire multiverse, Dark Skies News and Information. Yes, yes, yes. It's Friday. So wake
tough,
your ass
never
up.
Changing up, picking things up, armed and dangerous. Gang bang with us. How many hitters, casket fillers? Tell me, who's coming really? Team full of killers, shooting like Reggie Miller. Please believe you can really get 'em. Where we from, nigga? Watch Reggie spit 'em. Sit down, pay attention. Let me enlighten my position. My whole town's on a mission. Even though Christians acknowledge my existence. Man, for instance, speaking premonitions. Man, take the hungry man fishing. Man, to improve his position. I'm winning, ask the statistician. How many hits did the nigga get in? So get in where you fit in. This a sitting. How many hits did the nigga get in? So get in where you fit in. This is a sitting. This is a sitting. I think you better get in. Cause when the shit get thin, I'm not the one missing. Like Nas said, it was written that I would come, make room for #1, keep it hot for the summer fun, and then hit his ass with another one. Get in where you fit in, ask the statistician. How many hits did a nigga get in? Get in where you fit in. This a city. Get in where you fit in. How many hits a nigga get in? This a city. Get in where you fit in. How many hits a nigga get in? This a city.
Live from Los Angeles.
This a city. How many hits a nigga get in? This a city.
It's an early morning wake and bake session with your boy. You know, smoking on that Skywalker. You know, some of the world's finest indicas is right here in Los Angeles.
How many hits a nigga get in?
It's that Humboldt County, you know. South of the border. Latino brothers and sisters. It's crazy, man. We are once again live, and I'm your host, LC Graves. We got the show up and running. We back-to-back dual shows because, to make up for the time that we took off preparing this, our multiversal, news and information media platform where this podcast and, much music is recorded and delivered to you, the listener, in, high-class fashion. Now, it's incredible because we talk about things that more people wouldn't dare to enter these realms, these categories, these genres. Not unless you're coast to coast late at night, but way early into the morning as the sunrise, with a cup of coffee and a blunt in the hand. Can we, make sense of the senseless here? Well, Dark Skies News and Information, we pride ourselves in our attempts to do so. As above, so below, is what we're talking about right now. Talking about was our ancestors trying to tell us something that was so important that we need to remember this. We need to understand this. This needs to be, a part of our existence. We should understand as above, so below. But is there a hidden meaning? Or is it so obvious? Because if as above, so below, then it should be obvious. We should be able to look up and see it is as above as it is right here below my feet. And it's crazy because, we start to think about the multiverse and Doctor Strange and the multiverse of madness and Spider-Man, No Way Home. And we start to ask ourselves, what are they trying to say? When I'm looking at Loki, the series on Disney Plus. I don't know if y'all actually got Disney, but yes, Disney Plus. Because they got all the Marvel content. And in the Marvel content is like a message, a message of sacrifice. You sacrifice what you love to get what you want. And, that's, I guess, a message. But it's a message that's hidden right in plain sight. And we ask ourselves, is it real? Can art imitate reality? Can reality imitate art? Is it possible? Is this something that people are actually experiencing? Are we experiencing life on a multiversal level? Are you a variant? Are you living the life of a variant? Has it been an incursion? For some of you that don't understand what an incursion is, that's when two universes collide. Or you get people, variants from different universes living, in an alternate universe. And, it's incredible because is it possible that there's a universe right above our heads? A universe that's similar to ours. So it would be as, above, so below. Wow. Is it real? Come on, this can't be real. This is like some stuff that, comic books are made of. You've been watching too many, movies, LC. You got your mind caught up in movies and, you think that it's, real. Get out of here. Nobody's going to believe that. You really hope that people, will listen to your podcast and, open their minds into some of the stuff that you're saying, but you're an idiot.
The fact that we only see asses and no hands, what is the purpose of the giant rolls of toilet paper? Who would even use them? And how are the rear ends so clean if the ground around them is covered in feces?
I continue to try to open eyes because eyes are closed. If you think about it for a second and you look, it's so obvious that something is happening above our heads. I mean, look at, if you don't have like time to look, just go on YouTube and look at some of the videos that are taken for people who are looking. I mean, they're taking videos of something. Look at our videos. Look at our pictures. I mean, we've taken pictures of something. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what it is. I don't know. It's like a fool. I mean, not an idiot. You know, as far as I'm concerned, it's a bunch of asses. But who knows? All I know.
Asses and no hands. What is the purpose of the giant rolls of toilet paper?
Okay, if y'all don't take it seriously, and see, that's my team. They think that I take it so seriously that I want the world to understand this right now. I mean, but we don't get all the answers like overnight. You know, it takes decades of research. I mean, a motherfucker could look up at the sky, he could come up with his own conclusions. It's a clear day. Let's see that. It was clouds. I see clouds. You know, you're not smart enough to go outside like every day and notice that every time you see like certain clouds, like they're exactly the same. I mean, even though they chemtrail, they mix it up. That's what you see. Okay. Some things are too big to chemtrail out, and it's kind of seeming like that's kind of like what we're dealing with. But I don't know. I mean, you would have to actually look at the designs and the actual like weird things that we're taking. It's too hard to explain. I mean, but if something is so big that it takes up almost the entire sky, it's probably would have some type of effect on your climate and your volcanoes and the earthquakes and the ocean levels and all of that. Even the phases of the moon and all of these things are like weird right now. Like the sun and its light and how much light we get, and it's so fucking weird that we're living in the times that we're living in, and people are so, I guess, uneducated to say that, you know, the sky shouldn't be red or orange or pink. You know, how do you go from a blue sky to like a pinkish red sky? You know, it happens like daily, and it's like people don't. It's a beautiful sunset. Look at the way the sky is purple. Like a fucking idiot.
They're hoping.
Listen to Dark Skies News and Information. Coming to you live from Los Angeles, California for the Bay to LA. And we're here to save the stupidity from, well, stupid people. Anyway, we'll be back.
To the fucking haters, put it in from them haters, to the something I'm dropping them haters. On my way to Decatur, put it in the middle and later. Nigga, this ain't no candy, hit you right now and later. Put it in the high, top of the nana, front of the Santa, on my way to Atlanta, front of the Santa, this ain't Santa.
We got 50, we got 50
David Banner, put it in the District of Atlanta. What's in the key, don't matter. Tell them the kid of the center. Look at the shit that they're running the ladder. Tell them to get in the cutter. We're running the hammer.
We like speed,
running the matter, I'm better than Hatter. Better than Kelly to Satter. Niggas can Satter and Satter. Niggas try to suck it. Go around in Atlanta.
We got stupid blocks.
On my way up, I'm climbing the ladder. Running the kind of the Satter. Nigga, my pockets are getting fatter. Fatter than fatter the fatter. Fatter than natter the natter. Fatter than catter the catter. Looking at me on the natter. Fatter than cannon the Hannah.
Overtry me with a surrender. Henny mango in my cup, nigga. I got the oil in case I slip, nigga. We got the straps, we make them drip, nigga. We got the straps, we make them drip, nigga. Yeah. 40 the drum, you cannot have, nigga. Super glasses, no surprise, nigga. Yeah. Super glasses, no surprise, nigga.
Yeah. At this point, you're beating yourself. At this point, you're repeating yourself. At this point, you're repeating yourself. You're repeating yourself. I heard it time and time again. Same rhyme again. Who flip? Doing time again. that the sign is a sin, but I was sin. Homie, love a fan, but where do I begin? Looking at the world, it's like a whirlwind spin round. Total chaos, but it's okay, I remain hot. But I'm going back to the polka dots. But I flip because I'm hot, I never stop. But I never flop. Like Biggie, I give you one more chance. Let's take it back to romance. Well, we're staring at each other, wonder what's in each other's pants. Can you feel my hands? It's like the sands of time. It's making me rewind, going back in time. I lay it down like new lines, but in due time, I'm a sick, I'm a flip, but it's more than alphabet that make a stick around. I put it down, but you know not to come around. It's dangerous now. You know not to come around, not to come around. It's dangerous now. You know not to come around. It's dangerous now. You may send me purple hearts in my text, kissing on my neck. The things I do, there's no regret. There's love and war and love. But still, I place all my faith in the man up above. But you don't have to shove. I'm on the move like the glove, Gary Payton. But I see that you my lady in waiting. So I shine like these beautiful brand new Daytons as I'm scraping up to the coast, blazing much smoke, but we hope that I don't die from an overdose of this fun, California sun. But baby, don't come, not right now. It's dangerous. Baby, no, not to come right now, cause it's dangerous. Cali bound, every day bumping Cali sounds. You hear OD late night bumping on the city streets. You remember me? The one who make history, same time study history. But when they talk the best, they fail to mention he, G.O.D. Preceded by the OD, recognized by the OGs. Never jealous, never famous, but the best I claim this. I'm on the rise, west side. Baby, no, not to come, not right now. Baby, no, not to come. It's dangerous now. It's dangerous now, baby. You can't come over here right now. We're chilling, all in the front, smoking blunts, drinking Remy. The OG's spirit is in me. Whoa, it's still in me. I'm on the rise, still got it laced up. They won't. So they get whatever they want. Got the bass bumping in the trunk. Beach, seats in the park, barbecue. And later on we will embark on another mission. Cause it's kinda like we going fishing on another expedition. But the best is what I claim. My name, OD. From the game, but baby, no, not to come around, not right now. It's dangerous now. Baby, no, not to come around, no, not right now. It's dangerous right now, baby. You can't come over here right now. I'm telling you. You already know that shit I was telling you. Yeah, for real. You just can't come over here right now. Not right now. Baby, no, not to come around. Not right now. It's dangerous right now. We kicking back. Sipping yak. For shizzle on this.
That's Friday, May 13th.
Baby, no, not to come around.
It's a beautiful start. No
Baby,
accidents to
baby,
report.
no, not to come around. Baby, no.
But we done did a chapter
Baby,
before
no,
anyway.
not to
But
come
so far, it's
around.
beautiful.
Baby, no, not to come
We check
around.
all the news stations and, you know,
Not right now.
pull it,
Not right
start off with
now.
a positive vibe.
Baby, no, not to come
Yes, you
around. Baby,
Check
no,
in
not
with
to
Dark
come
Sky
around.
News and information.
Nah,
And we discuss as
not
opposed to
right
below.
now.
Because it means something.
Baby, no, not to come around. Not right now. Not right now. Baby, no. Not
This one
right
yours
now.
truly. Yes.
Do you
Got
know?
back here on the ones and
Do you
twos.
know?
And, you know, we got music. And there was actually, we're going to have Friday Night Live.
Come
And
around.
we'll see. Because the team is all together today, so it's quite possible. And whenever you can, like, get all the usual suspects involved, I mean, Becky's always, like, on point. And we got Jennifer, and we get our backup, and we get our forward, and we get, like, all the things that we could, I guess, ask for if we wanted to do a Friday Night Live. So it's a good chance. So I would say keep your ear to the street because, you know, the street is always a part of the show. And we love to, like, just bring you, well, new ways to enjoy Los Angeles.
Exist on purpose. Nobody belongs anywhere. Everybody's gonna die. Come watch TV.
I guess if you want to simplify it, I mean, that's a good way, you know, let Morty simplify it for us. Like, we really don't have no reason to, you know, search for the answers and make a complicated, I guess, question out of a simple existence.
We exist on purpose. Nobody belongs anywhere. Everybody's gonna die. Come watch TV.
But we can't look at the world like that. I mean, don't you think, I mean, humans would cease to exist? We probably wouldn't advance if we had that type of attitude. We have to really begin to, I guess, devolve. You know, sit down and watch TV and, you know, don't worry about, you know, is it possible that there's a multiverse? Well, this universe is too big to worry about a multiverse, even if they're about to collide. I mean, if you look up and all you see is asses, don't you have a question?
The fact that we only see asses and no hands, what is the purpose of the giant rolls of toilet paper? Who would even use them? And how are the rear ends so clean if the ground around them is covered in feces?
It's an excellent question. Oh, man. But as above, so below could mean many things. As we study Egypt and we notice that the ground of, well, the Giza Plateau is mirroring the actual sky, as in Orion. And then you have the Great Rift, and you have the Nile River, then you have the constellation Leo and the Sphinx, and it's just, well, a good jump off point for something spectacular and fantastic. And only if you could just look past the fact that, you know, that it's in Africa.
Sorry, I mean, that's racist.
I mean, that's not funny, y'all. Y'all really need to stop. But think about it, though. I mean, when we get into stargates, I mean, like the word pyramid, for those who don't know, it translates into star walker. And it was believed that
our ancestors had access to like Stargate technology. You know, like where did the shows and the movies and stuff get they scripts and they stories from, if not like ancient stories that said that, you know, these things existed and this is how our ancestors actually made it here, or this is how humans were able to evolve to what they are today, or from what they used to be. I mean, this is how, like, our gods arrived here, and, you know, this is how they were able to do things that we were not able to understand at that time, but could easily do now. I mean, if we showed up, like, in the past, like, with our today's technology and some of the stuff that we could do today, people would think that we're, like, some type of, like sorcerer, like a Doctor Strange, or a witch, like a Wanda, you know? We seem different, especially if we have, like innate abilities to, like, read or write or do math or calculate or, well, solve equations or create equations. I mean, all these things are like science and like super magic, you know, to like some guy like in the past. Like, if you're walking around in the past and like you could read, like, dang, this motherfucker can read. I mean, first of all, you know, who taught you how to read?
Sorry, I mean, that's racist.
Y'all stop, I'm trying to be serious. But for real though, if you are in the past with like the knowledge that you have today, it would seem like wizardry. Like, you know, you have some type of like innate ability. And if you are like somebody who like have like abilities and like you're advanced for your time, then you're going to leave a message for like people can, well, get and use and carry forward, you know, something that's really important, a message that probably wouldn't be understandable in the time that you live in, so you'll put it in something that, you know, that's timeless. So maybe that generations that's farther along down the road, that's far more advanced and far smarter than what the people are like in current day, could look at it and say, as above, so below. You know what? I know exactly what that means. It means we're in the multiverse. And even as we live here, there's another universe above and another universe below. And we're in the multiverse. Well, wow. I mean, are you sure? I mean, some of the smartest scientists believe we're living in a multiverse. The writers at the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the movies, the series, Disney Plus, they believe we're living in a multiverse. I mean, Elon Musk often talk about, you know, digital universes and the aspects of this universe being, you know, almost mechanical and digital. I mean, some of the smartest people who exist, you know, physicists and, you know, people who think more about, you know, how many Starbucks coffee is open, you know. They think about, why is it Starbucks coffee and not Starbucks? You know, the ability to ask a question is signs of intelligent life trying to get more intelligent.
Baby like to shake, baby shake, love, shake, the way you shake.
You're listening to Dark Skies News and Information. Suggest you light them because it's wake and bake time. Friday morning. Can we shake? Cup of coffee, orange juice, pancakes, sausage. Oh my God.
So long, baby. We can go on a long vacation, Jamaican, or Haitian. You can change the nation. Let me tell you exactly what you're facing. What you're facing, baby. Yes, something great. Really, I love making me and you, baby. Like bacon, making. You take the place when it's time for you to take your place. She let her shake in the mirror when she's alone. Baby, get your groove on. It's like, baby, you can get your groove on. It's like I just made 2 songs. It's hard for me to move on. Looking at you, baby. Love is strong. It's in the air. Bring me right along. Never drop it. But none can copy the way you move, the way your body shake, the way you make the whole room feel up it. It's like love in the air. You make me wanna care. Baby, get your groove on, I'ma move on. I can't move on. Love the way you shake. Yes. Like a dream, even if you seem liquid. Never wanna lose. I'm moving to the middle of the dance floor. I wanna dance more. This is your song. Yeah, you can get the groove on. Baby, get your groove on. Baby, get your groove on. Baby, I love it when you shake. Love it when you shake. Love the way you shake. Baby, get your groove on. Baby, get your groove on. Get your groove on. Baby, get your groove on. Get your groove on. Love you when you shake. 2022.
Oh yeah, you're listening to Dark Skies News and Information. It's Friday morning, and well, the sun is about to rise. Hope you got your cup of coffee, got your blunts lit. As well, we still got a little bit more to give. So I hope you're enjoying yourself. As this is the #1 podcast in the entire multiverse, as we cover, well, the toughest subjects and ask the hardest questions. Now, what are we looking at when we talk about the multiverse? And we're talking about everything, like As Above, So Below. And we look at movies like, well, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And, well, the multiverse is definitely going through a state of madness. As we currently live in, well, possible end times here in our world, and the things that we're experiencing in our reality, in our day-to-day lives, is quite, well, incredible. But it imitates art on a level that we could never imagine. I could tell you that, hey, what's happening in the movies could be happening in real life, and you'll be like, well, you're watching too many movies. Well, let's talk about the movies real quick. In Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, they had something called incursions, and these incursions were happening because, well, people were crossing over into alternate universes, and their mere presence were causing instability in the universes that they currently were in. You know, and I guess because you're sharing the universe with somebody and you have a variant there, so 2 of you can't be in the same universe, or it will cause, I guess, an incursion or something. I don't know. They really didn't explain it well, but I guess to my understanding is that if you end up in another universe, then you cause an incursion, which is the 2 universes that, well, the universe that you're in collide with the next universe, whether it be yours or the next universe that it's next to. So we were seeing that universes were breaking down, and I guess you in one of the universes you saw like everything like melting away and like turning to darkness, and just it was like everything was dead there. And you know, it was like, how could a universe end up like that? And the only thing that, you know, you could think of is if it collided with another universe. And then that would cause the destruction of both universes. And then I'm like, wow, on a universal scale, that's destruction. And then the destruction of multiple universes. And I'm like, we're thinking multiverse, but we're thinking like universes, the end of universes. So end times on a universal level. So that's when we really started to say, like, are we looking at something like that it's meant to be a movie, or meant to be a warning, or meant to be a prophecy, or meant to be, I guess, something that's telling us that you need to prepare. Because if you look at some of the things that happen in the skies, it looks similar to like some of the stuff and some of the art that was depicted in some of the comic books when we were talking about incursions of different universes. And then you look at the Mandela effect, and you look at people with the misplaced memories and the variants. And then you look at the people who want these things to happen, and then you look at the people who have no idea that it's happening, and then you have universal destruction, and it's just all kinds of just stuff to just make you say, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? Are we living in like universal end times? Or is this something that we need to pay closer attention to? Because, okay, think about it. You're being educated on all the different specific gods of the different cultures of the earth in these shows, and then you're also being introduced to, you know, the God Butcher and the God Killers, and then you look at, you know, man and man's evolution and how some people can do things and other people can't do shit, and it's just all kinds of, you know, different mirrors of reality. And then even in Doctor Strange, you had the mirror dimension, and how, you know, all these different universes are basically mirrored, and that's, you know, in some of the images you will see like the buildings above and below, and it's just so freaky when you just start to ask yourself, like, what am I seeing? You know, am I seeing a movie, or am I seeing like different images that are popping up in my head, and I'm like, and it matches some of the like things that I studied, and it's like, what the hell? Is this real? No, it can't be. I mean, but it has to mean something, you know, because it's there. And I'm a true believer in that if I see something, or I experience something, or something is brought to my attention, that it's a reason that it's brought to my attention. It's like the universe don't waste time, you know, showing me bullshit, you know, because if it did, then, you know, I ask dumb questions like,
We only see asses and no hands. What is the purpose of the giant rolls of toilet paper? Who would even use them? And how are the rear ends so clean if the ground around them is covered in feces?
well, I would ask harder questions to that, but yeah, I would be curious, but stupid questions probably would arise if I'm only looking at stupid shit. So the universe makes sure that it shows me like very important things like star maps and like the Nazca lines, and why did they make lines that you can only see from like above? And same thing with the Giza Plateau and the Egyptian pyramids and all of that you can see from above. And it's crazy then when you think about what did they see from the ground when they were looking up, and it was just so much more there than what anybody could ever imagine by just, you know, saying, oh my God, these pyramids are beautiful, or how did they make them? No, it's more than that. How did they make them? Why did they make them? When did they make them? And it's just so much more. And if you only open your mind, you will see like the beauties of what humans are, and our connection to, well, the reptilian species, to artificial intelligence, to the life that was out there in our solar system and far beyond in the galaxy and in the other galaxies. And now we're talking other universes, and we need to figure it out before it ends, because I want to experience it all. I want to see it all before it ain't nothing else to see. I mean, you don't want to wake up one day and realize, damn, I'm dead. I missed it all. It all happened and I didn't know, you know? Or get snapped out of existence and didn't even have a chance. You listen to Dark Skies News and Information coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. And we're still going, so I hope you're still going with us.
Can you kick it? Yes, you can I kick it? Yes, I can we kick it? Yes, we can, yes, we can, yes, we can. can, yes we can. Can I kick it? Yes we can. Can you kick it? Yes you can. Yes we can. Kick back and show you what we can do every single weekend. I'ma get my drink in. As clear as I'm speaking. I'm thinking about short techniquing. But take a flight, stop at the beacon. Fly Puerto Rican. Just as we're speaking. The music starts beating, and all you hear is what? Yes we can. Kick it. Yes I can. Stick it. Yes baby girl, I'm a leader. I won't stop. Drink liquor by the liter. You got me fucked up in the game. I'm a wide receiver. The quarterback don't pass. Here's the touchdown. But soon as I touch down, I'ma rush now like I'm a running back. What? Here we go. I won't stop. But even if I give you a little more, baby girl, you're adore. Let me stick like a sword, but keep it on a down low. Here we go. Can I kick it? Well, yes I can. Can you kick it? Yes you can. Can we kick it? Yes we can. Can we kick it? Yes we can. Can you kick it? Yes you can. Can I kick it? Yes I can. Can we kick it? Yes we can. Yes we can. Yes we can. If I stop, then somebody ain't gonna get theirs. I'ma get mine, even if I fall behind. I go like speed, catch up, baby. At this time, you acting messed up, so we could press up, or press down, come around. But if you really wanna hang around, if you really wanna be down, can I kick it? Yes, we can be down. We can be down. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. You wanna kick it? Yes, we can.
This is how we do it.
Yes,
Live
we
from
can.
Compton, Watts, Inglewood. This is the Union, and it's Friday, so we're getting the Friday off started now.
It's the OD, the GOD. Hoping that the little bastards see that it's only me and it's only me. It's the O&E, the O&E. It's if I have to do one thing I will. Motherfuckers talking shit, I'm reaching for my steel. I don't give a fuck, I live my life for real. Take a pill, numb the body, this ain't for real. Listen to what I say for real. Going West Coast like I have to go. But if we really have to go, roll the obstacles, but you got to go. Look at that, this phenomenal, got the phenomenal flow. When it comes to your mama though, most of my visits are just conjugal. But I'm abominable. This should be Obama's flow. But as we go, here we go. I'm the O.D. G.O.D. G.O.D. Yeah, that's me. Reach for the sky, hang on high, do or die. But walking by, my element. In the room, I'm the elephant. I represent, you irrelevant. Open reach, you smell this kid. From the west, Compton on the west. I'm a vet, but most of them talk shit, but not a threat. I'm the real, but I'm for real. But bang like the steel. You niggas ain't for real, but it's O-D-G-O-D. O-D-G-O-D, yeah, that's me. But if I have to be the cause of your catastrophe, break it down like I have to. Break to the beat I rap to. Freeze like a statue. Looking for my new Cleopatra. O-D-G-O-D, G-O-D, G-O-D, O-D, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, we was on the extended version, and it was asking me, like, what is it like, doing the podcast and then, turning around and writing music. And, and I was like, well, I do music. I mean, I rap. I've been doing that like pretty much my whole life. So it's like second nature to me. I make music. It's like no big deal. That's why some of the stuff you hear is like older and some of the stuff is like new. They've been going and we've been doing new stuff because, well, the talent is still in me and ain't going nowhere. And I love that. I mean, so that's one thing y'all get from this podcast that you can't get from no other podcast. You might get the content, the stories or just the information, or you might just dig what we're researching at the moment, or when it comes to the sky or space news or UFOs or whatever you might be into, You might be into the Mandela effect, or you might be into like uplifting vibrations and human, spirits, or you might be into the multiverse, or trying to learn more about how ancient civilizations, worked and what they were trying to tell us when they said stuff or they did stuff or they left things behind as messages and indicators for the blessed and the more intelligent ones of us to take and use to, better our place in the universe, because there's so much more for us to accomplish, and we'd be foolish to believe that this is it. So, let's run with it and take what we know and use it, share it, and become a part of it all. Because I think that if it's more than just the Earth, it's a solar system. If it's more than just a solar system, it's a galaxy. If it's more than just a galaxy, it's a universe. And if it's more than just a universe, it's a multiverse. Then I want to know it all. I want to experience it all. Because I believe that's what I was meant to do.
Like a fucking god. Look at me, dog, this is no facade. I ride for my shit, nigga, for my squad. Reckless motherfucker, we do our job. Pit of the game, listen to that. Pitching the gifts in the hat. Look at your girl, got this bitch in a hex. I rap, later roll, I'm a vet, get the sex. Baby, check her neck, turn her head back, flip that. Niggas are coming, they're hoping, they're flipping the pack. But niggas are back, but niggas are whack. Niggas couldn't come close, but watch, daddy stack, what, knock daddy Mac, coming back, with another track. Part of the ghost and I'm awful. Look at the shit that I go through. Look at the niggas that talk shit, hoping to get closer, find themselves overdosing. What? Reckless across the ocean. From Pacific to Atlantic Ocean. Niggas coasting, hit the water like a jet ski. Motherfucker, Wayne Gretzky. Don't have to tell you who the best be. I'm back, motherfucker, respect me. Or get rolled on. Loaded to go to the soda, Dakota. This is my shit and nobody colder. Niggas are holding the kitchen to shoulder. Loaded the fifth and the fifth and the Ola. Hoping I change cause I got a little older. Rap. Let me tell you. Nobody colder.
Listen to Dark Skies.
22. Pandemic over.
Truest podcast.
And it does.
The realest.
At this point, I know I'm the one. Fucking God. I look in the mirror, know I'm not done. Never done, nigga. Infinite. To the Father, I'm the Son.
Becky, I'm gonna let you go there.
Father, the Son. Look in the mirror, I know I'm not done. I know I'm the one. To the Father, I'm the Son. I know I'm the one. No, I'm not done. Look in the mirror. I'm the Father. The fire, the Son, the only the one. Walk the streets carrying guns. Only hoping the one. But he won't come, overcome. But still I'm the one. I'm the one. I'm the one. To take the chances. I'm the one. I'm the one. To
point. Murder's the anthem. I see death coming. It doesn't matter. I'm never running. Face to face with my fate. Only days that I take, but won't stop. How much money you make? That means shit to me. Listen, I never let it get to me. I'm bringing back to you bitches. I'm the man of the century. I'm the one that has to take chances. I'm the one. Flower romances, death is dancing at my doorstep every day that I wake up. Niggas been crazy. How many battles you take up? You fight it, then make up. But these days, higher stakes will I take up. Higher stakes. These are higher stakes, man. It's like murder, beef, Assassin's Creeds. People living and dying. But at my second, I'm flying. I'm looking at the world. Believe, never I'm lying. But if I'm lying, I'm dying. And if I put his iron, I'm busting his iron. Yes. I'm the one that take chances. I'm the one. In death, I'm romancing.
You're listening to Dark Skies. It's Friday morning, and it's As Above, So Below. I mean, yes, it's a podcast. We're also live on iHeartRadio, live on, Castbox, live on Spotify, Spreaker.com. You know, you can find us on Twitter, YouTube. The music, you're only going to find here. Reckless music. It's a beautiful thing. And then starting Friday morning with us is like, well, you get a little bit of this, you get a little bit of that. But, you know, we try to enlighten you, open your eyes, you know, start the day knowing that, you know, you're starting the day in a multiverse. I mean, how many versions of you are starting the day today? You know, are they happy? Are they sad? Are they mad? You know, how many emotions are you experiencing? And why? Why are you so mad? Why are you so upset? You know, I have road rage too. I'm in, infinite traffic. It's infinite traffic. It's like every morning it's infinite traffic every day. You know, horns and people cutting me off and car crashes and assholes and idiots and stupid people. Well, welcome to the multiverse. And then the movies are telling you, you know, you should expect this. You know, you should be able to wake up and say, you know what, man, I know it's going to be crazy. It's madness. You know, it's a multiverse of madness, you know, just like the movie said. You know, I'm going to wake up and I'm just going to tackle it because I know this is my, you know, journey. But it's not just my journey. I'm in the middle of 7.6 billion journeys and fucking a multiverse of who knows how many. And then, who knows how many in the universe? Because your mind is so small, can you think about the rest of the life in the universe? Or can you open your mind? I mean, you'll walk your dog, you know? You'll, I guess, feed your cat. The fuck? But you can't think about life beyond the solar system. I mean, you got to think about, you know, why did our ancestors go through so much trouble of, you know, creating like monuments and things that you could see from the up above? You know, you could look down below and see. I mean, why did our ancestors spend so much time looking above, you know, trying to understand, you know, what was above their head? I mean, how come we don't do that? I mean, I do, but how come we all don't do it? And how come when I do it and I try to tell you what I see, y'all think I'm crazy?
Early in the morning, I'm lacing up my prettiest nights. I'ma be up until the night. I ain't coming home. I hold the throne. Man, as long as I hold this throne. In the streets of Compton, it gets sick. Done down. Home of the wicked, fist after the stick. Back in the place, candle and bricks in. Nigga, you think I'm a fall? I get this nigga with everything but the kitchen sink. What the fuck do you think? Ain't what? You lose one, but
I'm back in the game. You choose one, I choose fun. Place where we pack guns. And it's murder one. Murder one. The case they gave me. They gave me. Murder one. Murder one. The case they gave me. Murder one. Murder one. The case they gave me. Hold up, man. Your Honor, the streets raised me to grab the chrome and go crazy. Live my life hazy since I was a baby. I walked the streets since the 80s. It's crazy, man. You check the wingspan like a vulture. I approach ya. The guns ready to smoke ya. Hope the fantasy. Burn them to a fricassee. Is it he? Busy B. I get in this bitch. Oh, Dizzy D. Lizzie D. Can't focus. The hocus pocus. The focus locus. The focus fly like locust. Man touch. The man rush. But only copped in the Los Angeles. But murder one is the case that they gave me. Murder one. Murder one. Gone for about a year. I'm back. One tattoo tear, but no fears. Ready to hold it down. No fears. Nigga, I'm holding it down here. The feet. It's on the concrete walking. No car, but still stalking. It's okay, but nigga, I'm still scarred. By many years, I'm off like concrete. But still, I can't recognize. But still, hope to be the boss. Watch me floss. I'm gonna make this money. Nigga, all I need is this Nina Ross. But I won't take a loss. Hoping to beat the clock. Hoping to be the hawk. We never flee that. Never flee. Hoping the hustle. You see the lean when I walk like my hips never slip. But connected like some apple bit. The blunts keep them lit. Cups spilling. But how many bitches can I pick in one day? One night. It's okay because I'm excited. It's okay. I try to fight it. Temptation, but I'm still excited. I'm facing some type of pressure. Niggas on the team is really the niggas that I should be watching. But still, I'ma climb into a Benz off this Dyson. We moving rocks in. But nobody got called the cops when gunshots go off. Bodies start to drop. Nobody talk to the cops when they picked up by the cops. But still, it's kinda shaky like you standing on the scaffold. It's murder. What's the case that they gave? Murder. It's the case that they gave. Murder one. The case they. It's hard trying to get up once you down. Ain't nobody around. You gotta scrap. One thing for certain, the fight has always been in me. The immortal wrestler. OD that God.
That's how we do Fridays, y'all. It's Friday. We up. I hope you up with us. I know y'all like, what the fuck? Hell yeah. Dark Skies News and Information is coming to you live. Los Angeles, California. Compton, Watts, Inglewood, Long Beach. You know what I mean? That's how we do it. Man, I'm having fun. But this is not how it ends. This is just the beginning. We have so much more to show you because life can be
so much funner if you just embrace what's in front of you. I mean, I'm never going to just run away from my destiny. My destiny is to be the best version of me that I could possibly be and carry forward as many as I can. Save as many as I can. As we could be in the last days. I mean, so many people believe that we're in the last days, and we do shows called the End Times Reports, and people tune in for that. I mean, we got one coming up this weekend. We got so much just information that we love getting out to people because, well, this is what people are asking for. I mean, they want us to ask these questions, and even though it gets me to a situation where I can't function with all the bans and all the censorship, I mean, I just kick back, blaze one. That's why y'all get the music, because it's not just a podcast, it's a kickback. You know, I want you to be able to just, you know, blaze one, and, you know, when we talk about this, you know, don't let it scare you. You know, because I'm talking about end times, you know, but if it is end times, we're going to party our way, you know, through it and survive it, because that's what survivors do. Have a hurricane party.
Ashes and dust to dust. I think I'm in love with my 12-gauge pump. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. I think I'm in love with my 12-gauge pump. I think I need some more heat. 815 sounds good to me. Need another line. And it'll be good to see another day in city of LA. I love my 12-gauge. Gun on my lap, gun on my side. Have a war, my guns on my side. I'm about to take a ride, my guns on my side. If I live, my gun is on my side. And if I die, ashes to ashes and dust to dust. I think I love my 12-gauge pump. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Won't hesitate to fuck you up. Good but close combat. Motherfuckers come through your slum like wombats. 12-gauge pump can move you from your feet. Might knock a limb off, knock out your teeth. Deep, make your back hard for you to reach. Make your words for hard to speak and harder for you to speak. I might play a pimp and go get at your daughter. I might go to your college. That's getting smaller. That's crazy. Sometimes you make me wanna holler. Get up off that couch, man. Ouch, man. No doubts, man. Up north, down south, man. To the east, to the west. Coming through, vest, strap. Benally, it's Cali. It gets hot in the valley. But I'm from Compton, the place where blunts are blazing. Yes, we want the smoke. Here we go. Here we go. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I think I love my 12-gauge pump. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. I think I love my 12-gauge pump. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I think I love my 12-gauge pump.
This is how we started off.
Our Father, up in heaven, 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 Mary, no wedding, our Father, up in heaven, birthday, no presents. My father got a 6'4" Impala. So much game for your mama. So fly Bahama mamas. Dance on this anaconda. Our Father. It was said it's hitting on the collar. All the ladies wanna holler. Our Father. Make you wanna holler, holler, holler. Reckless Armada, guns for dollars. We in deep like a fucking otter. Used to magic like I'm Harry Potter. Our Father. I bite the pill until I can't feel. life is real. I'm for real. All types of pills. Our Father, got the powder. See me, that Benz I'm jumping in and out of. I'm not sure, but I bring the hammer. Bring the hammer. Bags.
Oh man, sorry about the interruption. Looked like we had some technical difficulties. Oh man, I guess that's what happens when you do a long show. I wonder if anybody's still here. If you are, thank you. And we're talking about As Above, So Below. And, we was listening to some music, had the green going, and the people who were supposed to have been watching these things kind of fell off. So, I guess that's what happens. But we're going to keep it going for a little while for those who stayed. And, thank you.
She got the hustling cut. You got the hustling cut. She got the hustling cut. You got the hustling cut. She got the hustling cut. You got the hustling cut. She wanted to go to the block. She come around and circle the block. Circle the cup. Circle the block. The good to the hand. This is how we're the king. This is how we're good to the hand. This is for my family. Good to the hand. What is it, family? They got to the cut. The box is cut to the block. Go to the block and the girls on the block. Yes, cause he hot. He circle the block. Come back. Move it like rocks. She's got. He got 3 cuts. She got 3 cuts in the cut. Bro. She got money. Rolling. Mercedes, forever my lady. 3 cuts in the cut. Go through, circle the block. The girl is a hot. Where you at, the girl? 3 cuts in the cut. That's all that I got. Circle the block. Jumping up. Baby. I'm so crazy. But that's all I got. To offer you. 3 cuts in the cut. 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 She got 3 cuts in the cut. He got 3 cuts in the cut. We got 3 cuts in the cut. Work on the block. 3 days. 3 nights. Motel room. Yep, that's right. Later tonight, and it's later tonight. Rolling the community, dated tonight. Break to the finger, we dated tonight. Hey, 3 cuts in the cut. Get to the back. Yes, the block is hot. Back to the spot. We circle the cut. Pull it into the back of the spot. 3 cuts in the cut. 3 cuts in the cut. Yes, 3 cuts in the cut. That's what she got. 3 cuts in the cut. Circle the block like we was the cops. Jumping out like a. Call it black ops. Call it black ops. We circle the block. 3 cuts in the cut. 3 cuts in the cut. He got 3 cuts in the cut. Oh, he got 3 cuts in the cut. Oh, we got 3 cuts in the cut. Circle the block like we were the cops. Call it black ops. We wearing our black. Call it black ops. cops in the cops. 3 cops. 3 cops.
Right now we got the team. They going through the show, and they trying to figure out how much downtime we had with the technical difficulties. And you know, we were like, well, dead air. So I'm not really sure exactly what came out, but I'm pretty sure that it was probably just dead air for I'm not sure how long. So we're gonna stay on and cover that time that we owe you for it being dead air. And thank you for staying with us. And also we're gonna just, you know, this is how we're gonna get Friday on, you know. Even though dead air. Now we're finna give you some more live air to make up for the dead air. And, you know, that's what we do, because we owe you for that. And thank you for staying with us. Talk you guys news and information. And, of course, all y'all people who don't care, y'all already know y'all can download. I think it's 8,000 down. And 10,000 overall, something like that for, I guess, me. So I guess that would be like a milestone for me. Then again, when the show hits 10,000 downloads, that'll be 2 milestones. And I guess it's important for me to, I guess, accomplish that. I'm not really into accomplishments, but to be able to see that, and the show never having a commercial or never having a start time or end time or a schedule, or you don't know what we're going to be covering next, or we just kind of hit you with like what's coming up next. And if you listen to the show, you'll know that we've been well ahead of everything as far as the economy, as far as like the wars, as far as like just the different things that we're experiencing in the day-to-days. We talked about what happened with the Mandela effect. I mean, we've been on top of every single thing, and basically got a fantastic track record of hitting on these things well ahead of schedule. And then when we tell you to prepare, you know, because, you know, these could be end times, you know, you should really take heed to those warnings, because it may not be true, but, you know, it could only increase your chances of survival. And I think that's always a good thing and positive when we look at the possibilities of what could hit us and what's in front of us, because we do not have our own fate and our own future of our species in our own hands, because we still are at the mercy of things like nature and the cosmos and just random things that could happen and that could end everything. But then we look at on a grander scale, at a universal level, then we think about everything, and is it possible that it can end? I mean, we don't know. I mean, it began. I mean, all these things seem to be impossible until it happens, and now it's possible because it already happened, and it's a part of our history and a part of our knowledge bank. And my knowledge bank say that so many things have happened in the past that it's possible that so many things could happen in the future. And then when we start to understand these things better, we call these things names like the multiverse, or different realms, or different dimensions, and dimensional beings, and light beings, and demonic beings, and angelic beings, and aliens, and reptilians, and artificial beings, and light, and, you know, non-physical beings. And this is all kinds of things when you start to delve into just the science of just living and all the things that you're experiencing on these different planes of existence. They say in the MCU now that when you go to sleep and you dream, you're basically experiencing your other you, your variant you, living in a different universe, and you're you living in a different universe when you're asleep. And that's something I was saying so long ago, and I did shows on it. And, you know, I asked questions like, are we living
our dream, and as our dream's reality. And people now, do it and like, oh my God, look what they discovered. And I'm like, what? Okay. But, okay. I mean, if you just listen to this podcast, you'll know a little bit more about, I guess, all that stuff, because we cover all that stuff. And we're so far ahead that when other people do it, we can, like, okay, finally, we can talk about it because now they caught up. I mean, we're so far ahead when we do it that we don't even want talking about it, nobody's listening. But then once everybody start talking about it and they catch up, then we can join in the conversation that we created. But anyway, it is what it is. You listen to The Dark Skies, news and information, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. From the Bay to LA.
See me rolling in my ride, rolling on my side. That's how we ride. Every day on my side. West Coast, this is how we represent. Reckless, oh God. Most of y'all are heaven sent. It's okay, cause we represent, we won't stop. Rise to the top. Even when you're not feeling good, you can still give it up for the hood. Everybody put your hands up. And all the homies, stand up. It's our time, our brand's up. You see Reckless, all the dubs on the hands up. Stand up, man up. And if we're getting kind of broke, it's time to plan up. Time to get it. Man, even if the whole world got a witness, don't stop, cause we real for the real, we real for the fake, we real for the ones that never make, we ones for the ones that never take, but this real, we shake, our own dimension, our own suspensions, we will not stop, listen dog, you not mention, the things that we did to get to this place, oh God, mama would be disgraced, but we still hold on, we stay strong for the ones that didn't move on, and they still stuck in the same place. Oh God, even though they hate, we gon' replace all that stuff that they move on. Listen, guys, no fluff. Everybody stand up, stand up. You gon' see me on my side, rolling in my ride. That's how we do it on my side. Everything is alright. You gon' see me rolling in my ride. That's how we do it on my side. West side. West side.
Tomorrow is yesterday, and I'm a kid that's yet to play. Open up sesame, and you see me on the streets. Even if I got me. See me on the streets. Tomorrow is yesterday, and I'm a kid that's yet to play. I don't play like Sesame on the streets, even if I'm happy. You see me on the streets, with the flames, smoke some weed. See me in the streets, bustin' shots at my enemies. Until I sleep, I'm a creep. Pop a motherfucking creep, like a ducking creep. Baby girl, I will never sleep. See me in the streets. See me every week, it's like you chop every week. Every time I see you, yeah, you like, busy like a bee. No hassle, never hassle. Got the white, like White Castle. See me up the creek, no paddle. Man, life is a battle, snake, no rattle. Don't you keep a full saddle. When the snakes get hot, I never get rattled. I was making this shit. My master, I get the ruler. Nightmare Freddy Krueger. Total package, no sugar. Putting bitches in the sunshine. Imagine that. Come to California where I'm at. Am I coming back? If I do, I have a nigga strap. That's what I call payback. Tomorrow is yesterday. I'ma keep that yesterday. Tomorrow is yesterday. And I'ma keep this yesterday. Tomorrow is yesterday.
Tomorrow is yesterday, and today is Friday morning in Los Angeles, California. You're listening to Dark Skies, News and Information. It's a beautiful day. No clouds in the sky. So is it going to be sunny and hot? Looks like it. Oh, this is how we do live?
At night, I can't sleep. I gotta roll another blunt and sit and think. How am I taking a loss? When most of them niggas are faking to be the boss. Took me to the house, lead me to the house. I don't understand who's leading off. They say he's soft, hard. I rack it hard. They breaking those shits, hoping niggas see me coming. And start to running. Before I start to gunning, and having a habitat. This is the habitat. That's the cast of that. Who you laughing at? There's a passion that. You maxing that. Like a credit card. We're better than hard. But I'm better than hard. We're renegade. You can see it on the front page, or maybe in the back. Like an habitual. False lies always habitual. Whoever the kid to tough shit that I can get to you. Man, it's not hard to get rid of you. I eat like spinach juice. In Popeye mood. Activate, even if you see me, I won't stop. You see me rolling leaning. Mercedes. Yes, that's Mercedes. I'm rolling. Cause that's my lady. I'm picking it up and putting it down. Listen to the sound. I'm back up in the game and niggas best to listen now. Now how many downloads and how many plays? How many fans and how many ways that I can bring it in to you? What I'm singing to you. But being real and even in you. I'm right at the top. You niggas are not. You taking one look. I'm so damn hot. H-O-T-T. Listen to shit that is came to call me. Taking too many shots like Kobe. Man in the holy, I remember the old me. I'm back in this bitch, unholy. That's crazy. You know, we just had to put this down. I mean, we did a song with no hooks. All you get was just what's right here right now. So, I just thought I'd share something with you. Hope you enjoyed it. Reckless. OD God. Sup, E? Told you we're taking over this year.
The music perfection here, and we hope for the best because we know sometimes these goals are unobtainable and it's foolish for humans to reach so high, but sometimes you have to think of yourself a little bit more than what you were projected to be. I mean, me, I was projected so low.
Who knew that I could, well, do anything that I have managed to get accomplished when it comes to my travels, my education, the things that I've anything that you would get maybe at CNN or any of the mainstream like media sources. So I always tell people go to alternative media sources like News Information, from Dark Skies. You know, we live from Los Angeles. I mean, you can't get no better than that. But we spend so much time, you know, speaking to people and trying to reach people and give people an opportunity to see what we see here in LA. But not just LA, you know. How about down south? From Georgia to Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. What about Florida? The Everglades. Virginia, North, South Carolina. I mean, all these places, you know, Delaware, Maine, Massachusetts, Maryland. You know, all these places that you wouldn't usually expect to, you know, gravitate towards, you know, this type of, you know, subject or content. As above, so below. You know, talking about star maps in Africa and the pyramids and the constellations and Orions and the belt of Orion and different, well, messages that could have been left on the ground of Earth that only could be seen from high above. But then messages that you could have only been received if you was looking up above from down below. And then you create a mirror where it mirrors itself. And then what happens? Well, such knowledge carries you to a different state of existence. I mean, you become enlightened, not endarkened. Is that a word? Endarkened? You're endarkened, lost. Walking on the mission of, well, fertility. As you will not go forward, you're devolving. You're not finding the truth. You're bathing in lies. But why? When the truth is so obvious, as above, so below. You can be so much better if you just know. I mean, give yourself a chance to know. Dr. Skies, news and information. And we're trying to clear out the smoke. Sister had to die. Up hell on earth. It's hell on earth. It's like jail, they thirst. But I live my life reckless, unforgiving. I won't stop, thank God for living. But life's a test, and I won't fail. Walk through hell, I bail. What? Won't live my life, rather be dead than jail. Looking at me, motherfucker, just ready to fail. But I'ma win, I'ma win. Shall I begin? Shall I begin? Look at this shit that's nasty. Look at this shit they pass me. Look at the shit that they looking. They hope it's fancy. You tickle my fancy, but I won't stop till the day they try to pass me in it, blasting. They hope to smash me. I don't understand, none can pass me. I was born on top, I would die on top. Alpha Omega. Listen, dog, the saga is more than Sega. It's more than Vega. The worst of major. It comes through my heart, but my heart is the player. Mixed with an owner. California to Arizona. Rep the union, lick the step to do it. Looking at Patrick Ewing like you know what you doing. I stand on the top, but never stop. Not hip hop, it's more like my life that I spit on the track. The dick rap, but they dig that I spit that. Irregular flow, I play the game irregular though. Hope to focus the surface, there's nothing to notice. Look in that world. Hocus pocus and hopeless that they know this.
mission to expedite. To live, it hurts to die. It hurts to live, hurts to die. I look up at the sky and wonder why brother and sister had to die.
Listening to Dark Skies, news and information. As above, so below. And it's live. It's Friday morning. So, I just want to thank y'all for sticking with me. And we did a long show right here. So, to make up for the time that we've been off air. And we hope that y'all enjoyed yourselves. And we do get more shows coming up. And the weekend is just starting. So, hey, keep your ear to the street because we got more on the way. But for now, we just want to say it's been messages left from our ancestors who seem to be quite intelligent. And I think that if they took the time to leave these messages like as above, so below, we should at least take time to, see what it means. So whether it's the ground of Egypt or the skies of where the constellations dwell, or maybe it's the Nazca lines, or maybe it's, all kinds of sites around the world where you think that, our ancestors are trying to tell us something, from these emerald tablets to the Dead Sea Scrolls to the Sumerian script. I don't know. It's just so many different ways that our ancestors felt like they wanted to get us, more involved in something more cosmic. And if we open our minds, then we can receive the message. And we can receive it together and grow together and go out there as, a species instead of just a couple of us looking around, lost. Let's journey forward. It's Friday. Have fun, be safe, love y'all, and download if you didn't catch it live. And I'm out.